Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? A gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do? And you know what I do it. It is Tuesday morning. It is March 3rd. And it's 4:31 in the AM. And I just ran across the video where this mass presenting lesbian was saying, well, she was posing the question and she was posing it in no uncertain terms, asking, what the F is wrong with people? And I periodically have to, pause and pose that question myself. She said she had just taken her son to basketball practice, and after the practice was over, she was sitting in her car going through her messages. And she said she had multiple death threats. And she was asking, well, what brought that about? Is it because she shops in the men's department? She has short hair? Because she is engaged to a woman? She was posing all these questions about her identity. And then she realized it wasn't her. And then she posed questions about faith and religious practices. It's like, is your God or your worship experience telling you to hate on me? And I was compelled to respond, and my response was crazy bullshit. Straight up crazy bullshit. Now, as a person of faith, as a licensed and ordained minister, I'm still going to say crazy bullshit. Yeah, it's like I know the whole faction of folks are clutching the pearls based on what I just said. But I need to say this, it's like there's nothing Christian about wishing death upon somebody. I'm going to go to the book of Tupac. Only God can judge me. Yeah, I know you understand the book of Tupac. Some of you who grew up in the hood. But yeah, that's just ridiculous. I say, to those keyboard gangsters who get real bold because they know they'll never meet the person, I suggest you run with scissors to your linen closet to cut the holes in the sheets that you need to. That's what that's about. People forget that the Klan was a Christian organization. Then there was another brother who was very apologetic. Sir, I appreciate you. I appreciate your apology, but I need to ask you, and based on your wording, and I'm going to say the wording for the folks who didn't have access or don't know what I'm talking about. He was apologetic and he said, I thought things were improving. Bruh. That let me know one thing. Again, I am grateful and respectful and mindful of your apology. But the I thought things were improving indicates that you have no friends of color or no diversity in your group of friends. Because if you did, you would know that things have definitely taken a downturn. And this is what I do know. And most people won't accept it or acknowledge it. This is what I do know. That white folks, I'm going to use the word have, privilege of retreating to your place of privilege and comfort in order to ignore the noise from the cries of pain. Now, I'm going to try to say this without swearing, because I've already put bullshit out there. But I'm going to try to say this without swearing. I had a kin, not a Karen, a kin, interfere in something that I was doing under their notion of help. I didn't ask you. I didn't need your help. I was handling the situation on my own. So your first mistake was assuming that I needed help and then interfering in something I was doing. You just took over. Then when I called you on it, you got into your feelings and tried to squeeze out a few fragile tears. But then in your speech, you demanded, now here's your privilege, and you're not aware of it because you're still pissed off about it. In your privilege and in your speech, for me clocking your behavior, you said, maybe I need to look at myself. And you only interjected yourself because you really didn't think my situation was that important, so I shouldn't be mad. You interjected yourself. You told me the significance of what I was dealing with based on your perception. And then you villainized me for checking you. That's privilege. And that's the avoidance of accountability. So, my brother, again, I thank you for recognizing the gravity of the situation. But you need to look at the other part of that. And why did you think it was getting better? And like I said, I pretty much can bet on the fact that you have no diversity in your circle. And therein lies the problem.